What's up, YouTube watchers? My name is JT and I have multiple sclerosis. Now, I get asked a lot of questions about MS, about how I feel, how I'm going to feel tomorrow. Some of the questions are okay, I get it, but some of the questions are not very smart. Now, what I'm talking about here, well, a smart question is, how are you feeling today? Well, I can answer that. Well, I'm feeling pretty good. But then I go, well, how are you going to feel tomorrow if you feel good today? Well, I can't predict the future. I pray to God at night I don't wake up blind, or I don't wake up and I can't feel my legs, or end up in a wheelchair. Now, there's a doctor on YouTube, a neurologist. He can explain this better than I can, so we're going to be watching his channel today. Once again, this is Aaron Bosser, a neurologist, so check it out.
What's the worst thing that someone said to you about MS?
Hey, are you better yet? You don't look sick. My cousin has MS and they are way worse than you.
I get that a lot. They say, you don't look sick. Well, inside, I am sick, and I might be feeling sick. So, like I said, you never know.
Howdy. My name's Aaron Boster. I'm an MS neurologist in Columbus, Ohio, and in this video I'm going to share with you the 8 worst things that you can say to someone impacted by MS, and what you should say instead. Don't turn away, because all of that starts right now.
I really like this guy. He knows a lot.
Number 8.
You don't look sick.
Yeah, and you don't look ill-informed. The reality is that the majority of MS symptoms are invisible to the outside observer. Fatigue, cog fog, bladder difficulties, pain, the list goes on. Oftentimes,
I would say fatigue. I have that a lot. That's probably uh my main cause of the videos I don't put out a lot because I have fatigue, and when I try to put out a video I end up failing at it. So fatigue is a real big symptom that I have, like, on a daily basis, I would say.
these are referred to as invisible symptoms. And just because someone looks good doesn't mean that they're not struggling. What to say instead? Hey, how are you doing? You always look the same to me, so I don't know how you're feeling inside. Asking someone how they're doing, as opposed to declaring that they're doing well, shows empathy, and it also shows curiosity. It lets them know that you actually care about how they're feeling.
All right.
Number 7.
Oh, yeah, I'm tired too.
MS fatigue is not normal tiredness. It's a profound exhaustion. It's not something that can be fixed by getting a good night's sleep. And it's like
Yeah, I feel like I have the flu when I have the fatigue. Without the runny nose, without the congestion, all that, it's just like you want to lay down, but you can't sleep. It's very crazy.
your battery is permanently drained, and yet you're trying to trudge through your day. It's an invisible symptom, and it's the leading cause of loss of work amongst people impacted by MS. When someone says,
Yeah, I'm tired too.
it's dismissive, and it doesn't convey a concern for how that human being with MS is doing. It's really, really insensitive. What to say instead? Wow, that sounds really hard. I can hear how tired you are in your voice. Thanks for feeling comfortable sharing that with me. My patients hear number 6 a lot.
You were fine yesterday.
MS symptoms don't work on a schedule. One day, someone with MS can have decent energy and they can get things done, and the next day, they can barely move. Symptoms in MS can fluctuate massively based on how much sleep you got, based on how hot it is outside, based on the level of stress that you're experiencing.
He's talking about how hot it is outside. I live in Texas, so during the summertime, it's a killer. I feel like I just can't. I don't have any energy. I can't do anything. A lot of fatigue, a lot of brain fog. Can't think right. Can't. I just can't do anything. Can't do household chores, things like that. So it's really hard for me to get up and just walk around at times. Sometimes I have to use a cane because also I have a hip replacement, so that doesn't help the situation. So let's continue.
They can fluctuate with the menstrual cycle, and they can tank when you have the smallest of infections. Just because someone seemed fine yesterday doesn't mean they're not struggling today. What to say instead? I know MS can be unpredictable. How are you faring today? Number 5.
Wow, you are really lucky. You basically get to just rest all day long.
Ah, yes. The vacation of MS fatigue. Except it's not a vacation. You're not choosing to rest. You're being forced to, and you're still exhausted. Being bedridden isn't relaxing. It's frustrating. It's actually painful, and it's extremely isolating. What to say?
Yes, I've been told that before. They're like, "Ah, you're just lazy. You don't want to do anything. Get up and do something." Well, no, it's not like that. It doesn't work like that. You can't. Your body will not let you do anything that you want to do. It's very frustrating.
Say instead? Wow, that sounds really difficult. What helps you get
And that's not a question to ask.
through those tough days?
Dumb
Number
question.
4 is really frustrating. It's when someone compares MS to something that they think is worse.
Well, at least it's not terminal cancer.
Or,
My friend has MS. They are so much worse off than you.
let's not play the comparison game. Diseases are not a competition. MS is typically not considered to be terminal. And yes, there are people out there that have very serious conditions, but that doesn't make it any easier to live with multiple sclerosis. Whether
And yes, it could be worse. I agree I agree with that totally. But what I have, I have to deal with. What other people have, they have to deal with. It's totally different.
you're dismissing someone's struggle by saying,
Well, at least it's not terminal cancer.
Right.
or making them feel guilty
That's
by
what I
saying,
meant.
Oh, my friend has it much worse.
these statements just invalidate the person's experience. Please keep in mind that MS is not a competition, and every individual's experience is different. What to say instead? I hear you. That sounds really difficult. How have you been managing? Number 3 really gets me. Someone hears you have MS and they're
I've never heard that before. Nobody has said that to me ever. That sounds bad. I get a lot of, I'm sorry you feel bad today, which I appreciate that. My friend, I have one friend, for example, that says, one time he did say, well, I think you're just lazy. You just don't want to work. You just want to do this. And then the next day he'll say, oh, how you feeling today? And I'll say, I'm feeling bad. Then he'll say, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I think he has bipolar or something like that."
suddenly a medical expert.
Oh, you should really cut out gluten. Hey, have you tried this brand new diet? Oh, yoga's gonna make you much better.
Now listen,
Yeah.
lifestyle changes are very important, but MS is a complex and incurable neurodegenerative condition, and there's no miracle cure out there as much as I wish that there was. If curing MS was as simple as taking ivermectin or taking some special juice, we would all have done it. Moreover, touting some
Right.
miracle cure really plays on someone's desperation, and some of them can actually be dangerous. What to say instead? I'd like to understand your MS better. What's helped you manage the disease? Number 2.
My great aunt, she also has MS. Yeah, she took this therapy and she is doing so much better. You should totally do that.
I get it. You want to connect, but sharing your distant relative's super success story isn't actually helpful. It's really frustrating. And just
Yeah.
because it worked for that person does not mean it's going to work for this other person. The disease is unique and affects each individual differently. What to say instead? I learned that MS affects each individual differently, and I'm not sure what to say, but thank you for being willing to share with me. And number 1, arguably the worst thing that you can say to someone with MS.
Hey, are you better yet?
Yes, totally. I drank some green juice, I walked it off, and poof, I'm better. The reality is that multiple sclerosis is a chronic and incurable condition, at least as I make this video in 2025. Asking someone if they've gotten better makes it seem like MS is like a broken bone that will heal, and that's not the way a chronic condition works. People with MS are trying to live their best life despite having a chronic ongoing condition. They're trying desperately to make MS boring. That's very, very different than healing from a broken bone. What to say instead? I've learned that MS is different for everyone. How have things been going for you lately? We've just reviewed the 8 worst things that you can say to someone impacted by MS.
So yeah, that was a good video. He had totally explained everything I wanted to, but I can't grind in my brain and spit it out like I want to. I know a slur, like I say in my other videos, I slur a lot, and I'm sorry for that. It's the MS. But I do want to make these videos to put the awareness out there of the multiple sclerosis and the people that have it and the people that want to know about it. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like the video. And remember, people, be good or be good at it.